Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Restream. We're doing a watch party. So yeah, we're doing a watch party.
Third-party opportunity. This is for us to get that early game storm surge, so that way we can start to dictate our own game plan rather than kind of forced to fight a team because the storm surge says so.
Things seem to be kind of simmering out here. Both trios likely contemplating of whether or not this is worth taking to the finish line right now. But it's up to the high ground team to go in and make that disengaged decision. For now, they're sitting, looking for opportunity. As Turbulence is just kind of sitting idly, almost signaling to the team like, hey, look, we don't want to even leave from here. You know, you have a chance, run away. We don't gotta end this right now.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you said. The high ground team has the one with basically all the flexibility, all the choices in the world. No one's going to be able to disengage until they say so, but you're seeing a lot of these early game scuffles all around the map, even for some high places over towards Brutal. Boxcars just on the outskirts. Board, Mako, Icy, box-to-box hole with another team, and they have one of them separated, and that's why they're trying to pounce, take the 3v1 while they can, and even with the shots coming in, that third party, you see a whole nother team on the eastern side of that Brutal Boxcars, because the zone, something you mentioned early on, is pulling in this direction, mainly towards the north. This is going to be a priority position.
Yeah, Mako's trio definitely needing some ammunition. They're going to look to finish up Luke here. Should be all she wrote. There it is, the first knock. So Brutal Boxcar trio is forced to retreat. And this is all because of that Eastern team. Had they not put their influence in, I mean, Panda, Luke, and VenoX here, I guess, would have been full finished.
At least they're going to be able to kind of get a little bit of control over towards Brutal Boxcars, but you're seeing how active the game is overall. From Outpost, rotating up to Kappa Kappa, Rise, Aviv, G-Money, just taking the fight to Jargu, Silic, and their trio. Luckily, it looks like one of them might have been able to survive, and that's going to be the saving grace for that team over towards Kappa Kappa that lands there.
Pretty tough, you know, when you got a tier 1 team landing on you, and you're arguably up in that upper echelon of tier 2. Very notable trio fight right there, so unfortunate for them. Aviv, G-Money, and Rise, of course, a team to look out for. Set to do well here. Another team, of course, to look out. Blake Diego, Oliver OG. Season after season, year after year now. Oliver continuing to show up at the final stages. I would, in the past, maybe put this as a team that could be a potential qual, but now I think they're a shoo-in.
Yeah, I would agree with that one, especially since they're mainly getting in through a lot of consistency. A lot of these tournaments, they're playing these games in a finals-esque style lobby, even though some of the tournaments, some of the scrims don't necessarily end up like that. They're just staying true to their focus. As you go back on over towards Brutal Boxcars, getting a little bit more busy. You just have that shrine boss over here. You get a lot of superhero rank. You get a lot of different loot, ammo, med kits, minis, and the exotic weapon has a chance to drop. That's why you're seeing a lot of the focal point end up in this direction towards Brutal Boxcars, because even if a team isn't necessarily for themselves,
all right, let's see.
Yeah, but let's be honest, the
me
best
check.
way to
Okay,
of course, earn those hero ranks, you gotta take fights, find your damage. You kind of scrap by, of course, doing all those side
thank you for good luck.
objectives, but teams are gonna look to fight first, and Mako, Ice, and Void find out the hard way.
Oh!
There's Northern lands on him, and Sandman comes from a side angle with 20 here.
Okay, thank you
They
for good
seem to
luck.
have, I guess, the momentum in their side. Yeah, look at this. Mako down to 10 HP, cut off, and finished. And that's the
Wow.
power of the sprite dash there. You know, most players try to preserve them, right? You know, you don't want to burn them off too soon, but you play like that. Plenty, of course, showing how to do it, how to get it done.
Yeah, almost like a no-brainer sacrifice. If I use these 2 charges and it gets me an elimination, definitely going to be worth. And that's 20. Northern, Sandman, they land at the Supernova Academy uncontested. So you see, as soon as any team is uncontested towards Supernova Academy, because of that rail that launches you over towards Brutal Boxcars, it inevitably gives you a free shot, a free opportunity to fight the team without them noticing, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Even with 1 elimination, they got full control. But still, all around Brutal Boxcars, you're seeing this.
This is
Mad
gonna be
Monster,
a great
and the trio just
FNCS
getting these eliminations,
matches.
cleaning up what is left on these
By
outskirts.
matches, it's going to be 5 games, so it's going to be 5. Because it's going to be 5.
Void there, so he's kind of
I just
playing
realized
low
it's
right
like
now.
5. Pretty much
They've just
it's
been
5.
hunted down.
So yeah, it's
No
5.
breaks given to them. Madden, Liam, and Drizzy was that Eastern team fighting on the mountains. It was just a matter of time before they kind of rotated through. So see what all, of course, resulted from that. Booga, Threats, and Craze. Booga looking to make his, what was that Vivid pointed to at the top of the show? 26 or so FNCS Grand Finals here to come. Very big time for of course, Booga. One of the most consistent year after year, season after season. Just doesn't give up.
Let me
That's
go
the
and
most in this
check
lobby,
the
25
stats
currently.
right now.
Agers is actually going to be the second most with 22,
open
along with
the
Acorn with 22, seeing a lot of experience in
event
this lobby.
state.
As the zone pulls and
Okay,
kind of
good.
centers
Event
up
state.
Utopia in the middle. That
See
kind
what
of
they
gives them
got
all the
so
flexibility
far.
in the world. They don't have to rotate. They know from the north, the south, and the east, the teams are going to have to rotate into them. So they just kind of set up their triangle surge bases over towards Utopia to get as much of that
Let me
storm
see.
surge as possible.
Let me see.
Utopia,
Here we go.
They land just towards the north, east of
Okay,
that
here we go.
Utopia city. And they typically are going to use this geyser. And instead of just once, because people are wondering right now, Monster, like, why? They're already in the sky. What are they waiting for? You double use this geyser. It gives you extra height. You're able to use it to get farther in towards the zone. So when we tune into them later on, Monster, I expect them to see probably center zone set up, ready to go.
Yeah, it's one of those techniques carrying over from the last season. So you can see the optimization here coming through.
Ultra Cup
One
still
thing to think
going.
about, I know
Plus
Kelly
to
was
still
looking at the
have Ultra
potential
Cup.
increase in heal offs, but we also
Almost
see
done
the
soon.
increase
They
in
would
teams
be
playing
done
with Storm, right? The misform
like an
gives you
owl. So
that
yeah, that
much
would be
more
done
freedom
like
to
an
kind of
owl.
Play around and battle really inside of the zones. I'm thinking we'll see a lot more storm sickness if anything.
Yeah, they could be done like an
Wait
owl.
a second there, Vert, Eshu, and Taki on the hunt once
I'm
again.
pretty sure they're
finding
gonna
out Liam
be
there.
done like an owl.
It's gonna be
Keep
one
it
of
like an
two
owl.
left in this trio.
Yeah, we'd be done for an hour.
Almost makes you wonder, did they just land on him from that double geyser? Probably so far away from his team. You see it on the western part of the mini-map. They're slowly, surely rotating in. Yep, that's exactly what they did. They landed directly on his surge base while Ishu just shooting him out from underneath. I don't think he stood a chance with the way they did that one.
That might be a little play they're giving away for grand finals right there. I don't know if I'd, run that playbook so soon here in a group stage, but one thing to think about, showing you all the vulnerabilities of playing so far apart from your teammates.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Medmiss smoke is already down, and this is kind of exactly what you were alluding to, how deep and how long they do fight into the zone. For Broken, Void, King, they kind of need this situation. They didn't necessarily get the most surge to start this game off, even while contested, so now they kind of feel forced in this situation to try to fight for it. 2v1, pressuring the box. King is able to get in, landing a good shot and continuing to pressure out, but damage is still there. But it's still a 3v1 monster. The bait and switch, they're making sure that the first point guy going into that box is going to be the most healthy, and that's why Broken is now taking the lead. Charging in, pressure's there, and there goes that full trio down and out.
Excellent pre-fires by BJ, but not enough to hold it down. And what a huge elimination. Their first misforms now falling out of their inventory into the hands of Void and company. That's going to be a massive power exchange for them. Looking at Acorn, Boyo, and Ager. Seems like we've got full control of things on the other side of the Foxy here. Again, this is about as ideal as it gets right now. Cat material loadout, this natural high ground, and then you see a loadout perfectly situated right now for an end game. So it's all gonna come down to fishing for damage here and just staying consistent now.
I'm sitting here looking in the mini map. I'm like, okay, Acorn has the island. You got to imagine they have the medallion. Where is his team? Nobody is on the island with them. They have so much separation. They're covering up so much space in this zone that they're able to kind of do what they want. Agers is on the north side, west of Foxy Floodgates. You got Acorn on the island. Let's go on hunted. Where is Poyo? He's on the other side of Foxy Floodgates on the mountain. So they have the west covered. They have the east covered. And then they have Acorn sitting in the middle, ready to help whoever needs it at any given time. This is just a perfect kind of scenario for what looks like the Major 1 champions.
Yeah, most definitely. And we saw a quick look at everyone's loadout. I mean, they are big chilling for this end game right now. Again, the name of the game for them is just hang out, get a little bit of damage, and I mean, they have full control of the Foxy's entire domain. Here's not too far off, Hound. Lila Larson right now at the Crime City. Lila whiffing a couple shots, but this is a team that already has a trio wipe under their belt.
You kind of see them looking off in the distance. In the minimap, you see that little chest there where one team's already on it. Just north, you see the little green arrows, the second team. They're just kind of waiting for their superhero rank to go up. That's going to unlock the ability for them to open up that chest, get whatever loot that they have, kind of pick and choose if they already have a full loadout. So you're seeing kind of proactive plays coming out from some of these teams, kind of trying to box up and steal the loot, even if they don't have access it with their superhero rank yet.
Superhero rank is going to unlock you a lot of goodies on this end game, but hold up. Mafia already pushing up here. Woods, Minty, and Ski got to be careful right now. This team's looking to full collapse. Very interesting base. I'm not sure I've ever seen a fight start.
Coming out from some of
yeah,
these
but look at their
teams
loot. They have
trying to
1
box
minute.
up.
He's got 1 minute. Yo,
Yo,
you know you're shambles and you got bandages in your inventory.
No, you know your shambles.
You don't even. You guys don't even remember Papa Bandage.
Oh shit, Mafia going up. 296 above.
Pushing up here.
Low ground has got to be below.
Ski, gotta be careful right now.
That was the shittiest casting thing ever. Ginge, like, that's just an image. 74 above. 74 above.
I guess the guy's format gets.
Papa Bandage, my brother.
Like that.
He did say that. Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did say my brother. He did.
Zexro, he said Zexro, Papa Bandage. Papa Bandage, my brother.
He said that. He actually did say that.
Over the top eastern
I
portion
do
of
remember that.
70 above. But he's still a mix. Oh my god. Got it. Got him.
Like, why are they not aggroing? Like, this is the difference between my trio and their trio. They're pussies. We're in that
This is
fucking
their
box.
first ever grand final.
Literally baseball. This is different. These guys are all just drones.
100.
These are some really good surgeons.
Yo, why are you laughing?
Yo.
47 above. Holy fuck.
Why are we making fun of?
What's wrong with you?
Why are we making fun of people, bro?
This is bad karma, dude. This is why.
Oh, you're right, bro.
This is bad karma because then we're not gonna qual because I'm missing all my surge shots.
Yeah, but that's.
And then he's gonna go back thinking a dart. Oh, they're dying to surge.
No, that dude just got dinged. Oh, we got a fight here.
Why are they all just box fighting? Can we get some like
53 above. I like this. No, I don't like this. You have a furry. What are you doing?
Bro. 100.
No, I'll be watching all of Grands, chat. So I plan on watching all of West Grands and most likely groups as well. Yeah.
Not necessarily in the worst spot. Moments ago,
There is no West groups today, though. So I want to watch groups and Grands for West. In general, thank you, iPods, Ball, Hunty, sorry, Alien, thanks, guys. Oh, Chagu, nice bird play. This is a good fighting team. This trio is solid. But why is that match so shambles? What happened here?
Down the damage threshold, they're trying to play as calculated.
Chat, what happened to Havoc's team? Did we watch them like get in a fight earlier or something? I'm just trying to figure out why they're so stacked. Oh my god, Crackly. That's my underdog pick to win, Chad. That's my Cinderella win. This is my Cinderella win right here.
Block a storm surge tag. Like,
oh, that's right. That's the team that Aviv keyed. That's right. Thank you, Chad. Yeah.
The timing on that one would be actually
Yeah,
pretty
we saw a
insane.
Veev
I
team
wanna say
Kingdom,
it's
yeah.
possible because I've seen that misform mitigate every single ounce of damage so far. but
74 alive.
And they're still falling.
Dude,
below
this
that
lobby,
damage
the
threshold.
surge is
So
going to
with
be
the outbound
insane.
shotgun, all it takes is one shot to turn the tides of not only the fight,
Jaggy,
but your damage
clean
threshold, but that's
3.
not
They've
gonna
got
come into play
all
this
3.
game, at
No
least.
one
That
got
trio
knocked, and
is
now
gonna
they're
get
400
wiped
above.
by
Good
Jargy.
shit,
So
Jaggy.
looking Havoc, they're going to be able to live to tell the tale and hopefully get in his zone sooner rather than later.
That's how you handle being below the surge.
Oh,
Well played
meanwhile,
by them.
meanwhile.
Very few teams will make it out of that type of situation alive. I mean, you had 3 trios all on top
Did
of
we
each
just
other
drop
for
multiple
Smosh,
dash sprites? I
Lecter,
feel like we're
King
panicking
Beast.
so hard
Oh,
right
no.
now. This
A
lot,
lot
you
of
can just tell the
damage
comms on
coming
this
through.
trio would be so panicked right
World
now.
of trouble here on the horizon for Smaz.
Oh,
Tries to find a tag.
Ooh.
This is the crucial one.
To tell the tale and hopefully get in his zone sooner rather than later.
That's how you handle being below the surge. Well played by them. Very few teams will make it out of that type of situation alive. I mean, you had 3 trios all on top of each other for Smas, Electro, and King Beast. Oh, no. A lot of damage coming through. It's a world of trouble here on the horizon for Smas. Tries to find a tag. This is the crucial one that mattered there, but boxes up the team. Okay, almost got out of there with the tag he needed.
Oh, that was a great play. That was getting him to cancel the med kit. Active storm surge. That's exactly what you got to do, Monster, in situations like that. You almost can tell if you're above the damage threshold by like 200, 300, 400, and you know a team is recklessly pushing you as far away from the zone as they have. You kind of get a semblance of, hey, maybe they're low on surge. If we could just survive long enough, that will do the work for us, and that's exactly what just happened.
Rise, VG money now. Outside the safe zone here. Gonna save, forced to kind of make this rotate here and now. A little bit earlier than the other teams to find themselves in better positioning. Comes the rest of the trio now.
Now we're seeing both the dashes being used. You know they have the misform in their back pocket, just kind of combining both methods of rotation to try to make their way in. But just as they reach the end, Pei in a full trio, Booga's trio as well, maybe even one other, all focusing in this direction. Even though they're surviving for now, they are burning through a lot of materials.
Yeah, for sure. You saw for a second there, Rise switched that med miss in case things got super dire there, but not forced to use it. That was Threats and Booga's trio kind of kicking off that lobby focus for a second there. Blake Olivero, G Diego find themselves in a zone pull. Not bad at all. A very short distance rotate for them now. You see the marker come out. They're looking to get a piece of that high ground. Look at them. Well positioned above the threshold as far as overall damage is concerned. And no Elim. So really just showing that they've manipulated and played this lobby very consistently thus far. Great start to this end game now for them. Agers, Oyo, and Acorn, though, not looking good for the team we hyped up as Agers bails his team out of a terrible situation here. Siphon kicks in for everyone.
Yeah,
They're
unfortunately
back.
enough. Yeah, that was Dave, Boji, and Jack that just went down. And this is where I'm talking about. Sometimes you may think you're safe, but somebody's creeping around any one of these walls can turn that one. Booga, threat sprays. They wasted no time trying to get into zone. They used a combination of those dashes that we saw. And as soon as they reach the edge, they're just looking back, trying to hold out every single one of these teams. And you're seeing exactly why. They're barely above that damage threshold. And so they're focusing any single person that they can.
Yeah, you can see that, you know, again, they're only a B rank at best, right? So not too much, you know, opportunity for them to really hit those hero chests and kind of get the big misforms and kind of those upgrades. So we'll see how they play with their more or less scrappy loot. For Bila, TK, and Larson, though, it's looking pretty tight here. They've got options and opportunities. Fights breaking down all on the outskirts of VG, Money, and Rise continuing to push aggressively here through their rotate. They haven't caught a break. These teams that have landed on them, but defense looking very, very well. Misform might be time to pull that out. I was gonna say you don't want to be in between all these boxes. Smart play for Aviv there.
basically in an island rotating through that one. All the way from Outpost Enclave as well. They got to have one of the farthest rotations in the lobby so far. And to be able to find this much success, hopefully it doesn't run out, because another far pull. Almost the entirety of this lobby has to rotate all the way towards Shining Shafts from the east to the west. And that's where you're hoping you have some sort of mobility, whether it's the Dash Sprite, the Surf Cube, or that Mistform.
Yeah, most teams on the move now. The VG Money and Rise, though. My gosh, are they smashing through this lobby right now? Another team falls beneath them, just cracking under pressure here in the end game, recharging up these dashes now. Might be the last of what they had left from the Dash Sprite there. Gretz, Booga, and Craze also ready to kind of go here.
Almost looks like they're waiting for cheeky opportunities like that. Larson getting tagged up as he makes his way towards the zone. Agers continuously looking back. 700 damage above. They're seeing two teams struggle to make their way in. And the Medmist smoke is a huge sign of weakness as Void Blue takes a ton of damage. Forced to pause there in his step. He's not even at the zone just yet. Luckily for him, Power is there, but that luck has run out. Forced to abandon. Power getting chipped down. Xander cannot lend a helping hand, or at least not just yet. Jackson is going to get taken down as well. The firing squad from Pollos, Acorn, and Agers claim another one.
Violet, TK, and Larson getting busy here on the outskirts of the zone once again, just opting to stay on these outer edges, wait for teams to kind of come to them, wait for that cheeky damage here. Plenty of time to fight here and now, but no, they're just going to chill out, go ahead and replenish these dashes. Meanwhile, high ground's taking shape right now. Hound, Aiden, and Krillian going to be the first to go ahead and situate up for this end game here. Look at the commitment from the metal right now. So they want to go ahead and hold this high take.
And this could be right now Carillian's first FNCS Grand Finals appearance if they could somehow clutch up a win. Aiden and Hound, they play duos. They have the chemistry. They have the history on their side, and they have the high ground as well. Ninth zone, you got to be careful. That Mistform could change things at a moment's notice, but 61 below the damage threshold. Threats continuously looking for opportunities from 8 to 44 down to 40. It's just a teeter-totter of emotions running through these players, but it finally slows down as they get 100 above. That's going to be a big find for them. Craze gets the elimination on a 20.
And you saw Mistform falls there as well. So here it goes.
Big.
The tier 1 teams now starting to pick up those key items that can really change the end game dynamic here. Violet, TK, and Larson, though, opting to play the low ground here. So far, this strategy has not gone astray for them. They have played perfect rotations here, but starting to fall behind now. The zone's going to look to condense very, very fast. Hound, Carillian, and Aiden have given themselves a lot of space to the high ground here, trying to avoid the Mistform. Retakes here from trios, but it'd be just a matter of time. Boyo, Acorn, and Ager are starting to cook up here. The last we saw them, they were looking pretty desperate, but they have clawed their way right back into this game right now.
And you're seeing the beauty and action of that Demon's Domain. He's able to get the shield medallion back on up with the big pot 100, but a VG Money Rise, they're on the hunt. That's Byla. They were able to get a knock onto one, but Byla's just trying to backtrack in towards the zone, give himself some time to work with, especially since now they've been focused out. Time for him to make that decision for TK. Do I get the revive? Do I not? And it looks like he's going to have to continue this one by himself relatively because he's so far away from Byla. I'm not sure they could reunite at this moment.
Here goes a fight for high ground. Oliver, OG, and Diego go for it. Carillian, Hound, and Aiden lose the high ground for a second there. Diego, Blake, and Oliver, the more experienced trio, managed to time it. Hound, the force of the low ground here. So close,
oh my gosh,
so far from a victory royale. Now they're going to have to fight for the low ground. G-Money denies that opportunity.
Okay,
though.
so
Carillian
who's going
falls,
to
Aiden
post?
falls. It's all up to Hound. Meanwhile,
Post-team.
Acorn, Agers,
This could be 5, so this could be 5 teams.
and they're taking full advantage of that Mistform play.
Oh my gosh.
Misplay in the zone there. This is all starting to collapse now, Jacob.
This is just a chaotic endgame. Everybody's just getting destroyed by this zone. It went up the mountain, down the side, so if you weren't planning ahead, you're probably back in the lobby watching all this one play out as Hound. He lost his teammates. He lost the high ground, but he gained an opportunity to tell his story here late in the game. Even with Vert getting cleaned up, Aviv, G-Money, they continue to steamroll through.
I don't know who's going to win this thing.
I mean, these are big points right
no
now.
idea who's going to win.
And Agers, kings of the low ground now. Oliver, OG, and team come down. They're trying to get a piece of the action here, looking to seal up the win here, but no team has really given resistance to Boyo And Acorn down to the low ground. Rise of Div and G Money, though, starting to fall apart here. Playing as a duo, hit to hit right now. It's all going to come down to timing here and now. If they misplay this, they can still lose this game. Oliver OG taking that unfortunate damage from the storm here, but Pollo is cooking on the low ground. Look at them rack up right now.
Hello. I can hear you.
I was about to say
Acorn
it's
falls.
basically a 3v3
How are you?
duo left alive, but now there's two duos still running around. But
That's
one of them
nice.
does get
I'm back
taken
to
out.
streaming
That's Rise,
again.
G-Money no
I'm back
more.
to stream
Angels goes for a play
again.
backside of the zone, but he does not
I'm
find
back
any
to stream
success
again.
there. Scrambling all around. Diego's trying to put the pressure on.
Oh, it's
Angels.
been like
They
a
have
couple
the
days last time I
possibility
streamed.
staying high, but Blake goes
Last
down.
stream I
It's gonna
did
be a trade.
because I
Angels
was like
falls.
trying
Oliver
to,
OG turns around, gets
you
the
know,
elimination.
this is
Him,
test
Blake,
stream
and
now.
Diego have just
This is
qualified
good.
for
Also,
Stream again.
I guess we hyped him up for
So,
good reason. We
what
said they were
gotta
going to be a
I
shoot and an
do
egg.
hater?
Oliver
And I've
OG
been dealing with it.
flexing what all that
They've
Oh,
had
really?
to do
work and practice
haters.
can do for you
Oh, really?
in an FNCS lobby.
Yeah.
This is just a kick.
Oh, I'm
This is
streaming.
only
He
one.
goes straight to grand
I'm streaming
finals, and
this.
You'll be seeing another with
And then
Diego there too.
Watching
Yeah.
Fortnite
A
View
game
Party.
to go and
Or
kick
just
this
do
one
Watch
off,
Party
Jacob.
because I haven't
Yeah,
done
we
Watch
saw
Party
a
in a
lot
long
of our
time.
heavy hitters playing
Ever
low
since
ground
the
throughout
last
course of
the
that
last
game.
time I
There was
did
only two
View
teams
Party,
that even played
but I haven't
five.
done it
Diego,
so
Blake,
long.
and Oliver OG was the second team, and they were the ones.
So
who
I'm looking forward to
solidified
do
that
more
victory royale
viewing
and granted
parties.
themselves a spot into the major three
Watch
grand
parties,
finals.
view
Zeke,
parties, pretty much
Kelly
all
Vivian,
with them.
I know it's only the
I
first
try
game,
my
but what are
best,
your
you know.
thoughts?
Mostly I do play
Blake,
games
yes,
often.
Blake, that's what I like. That right there. That's what I like to see.
I've
Oh
been
my
sick for
gosh,
a
they
while.
secured themselves a spot.
Oh, really?
Grand finals of major number 3, and they
Oh.
look to compete for one of the
Oh my
spots
gosh.
for the global
Wow,
championship.
really?
Oh my gosh! Looking at Diego's inventory there at the very end, bro, they've got nothing, and they still come out on top. I was scared,
And
guys.
Princess
I'll admit,
is
I looked
over
over
here.
when we swapped
You're
the
welcome.
POV, and then like 15
Bye.
limbs. I was like, well. Yeah, that's fine. Game number 1, we could give it to him.
Yeah,
And then
Riz.
Blake, Oliver OG, Diego Play said, no, hold on,
Oh.
Zeke, just wait, just
Never mind.
watch.
Yeah, a great high take from them as
Okay.
well, as you were watching right here. Just very clean, very smooth, and it's showcasing just what those
Alright.
capes can do. Oliver OG, Blake, and then Diego just playing the high ground so well, not playing too aggressively. I think a lot of players with these capes like to drop down, try
Alright
and grab
then.
a bunch of refreshes, and we can see how low Diego is on mats here. But they don't fret, they play it smooth and safely, and they know it's a 3v2,
Okay.
even against the likes of Pollo and Agers.
Alright then,
Just
I
play
got-
patiently,
that's
and that's
what's
exactly what we saw
pretty
from
high
this
my
trio.
background.
Incredible
okay.
timing there for Blake, Oliver, and Diego, right? Usually when we have a meta like this where there's so many mobility items that kind of make it easy for you to
Okay,
go
so-
up vertically, kind of contest the high ground, we have to see
It's
those
been a
high
while,
ground
dude.
teams
I mean,
separate
last time I
themselves
played with you
with
was-
a
it's been a
bunch
while, dude.
of,
Yeah.
space between them.
I
and
think
the
I last
second
time we
Next
played.
play
Okay, they
was
slipped up
record.
just a little bit.
Oh my god, I
a
miss
little bit too close
Rick
to that
Room.
second layer.
I
Blake,
do
Oliver,
miss
OG,
Rick
and
Room
Diego
so much.
instantly took advantage.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see.
I would
them
try to
compete
stream
in the
Requiem
finals.
It's gonna be
Sick.
copyright
Now, of
music
course, I know it's
in my
not more
background
Fortnite
for a
action, but
while.
first, a short break.
Oh,
When we
really?
return, we pick back
Yeah.
up with game number 2. So,
Oh.
stay tuned.
You know what?
What?
Oh, I'm just doing watch party right now and streaming because, you know, I just want to have fun. I've been streaming for like a couple days. And yeah, today I did play OG Cup squad. I got 98 points. 98 points. Because I got 98. So like that's pretty much 98 points. Let me go check the leaderboard. Check on the leaderboard. See the leaderboard. But then let me go check the leaderboard. See. Okay, so alright then. Alright then, so I think the OG Cup will be ending in like few minutes. Few minutes. OG Cup will be ending. So yep, I guess so.
ain't doing that.
I have fun OG Cup. Like a few hours ago, I did play the OG Cup. It was fun. I got 8 points. It was fun. It was fun. Now it's going to be ending. That was fun, OG Cup. I have a ton of fun of OG Cup. I have a fun of OG Cup. I'm back to play more tournaments, more Fortnite Cups again. It's been a while, like I said, it's been a while I haven't done OG Cup.
Fucking.
It's been a
Can't say it,
while.
but he was wearing the shorts. You could just see it. You could literally just see it.
It's been a
bro.
while.
Oh my god. Amount of love.
Haven't
from
done
him, too, wearing the
OG
Demon
Cup.
shorts too. Fucking shout out. Shout out.
So
He was
glad.
wearing these ones. He was wearing these ones.
OG Cup is fun.
It's so yeah, you know, it was huge. You could yeah.
My opinion is fun.
Yeah. Okay. Let me chill.
Great fun.
Bentley, thank you for the months. Okay, so let's get Blake out of this because
Alright.
Blake and Oliver OG actually already did it. They already fucking. That's crazy. Bro, how did Blake and Oliver OG win game 1 of a heat when Poyo's in? Like that is just insane. I don't think.
Okay, so
I'm not even trolling. Warren, thank you for 3 months, bro. Oh yeah, and Ron in the shorts too. Bro, Ron and Lacey always be wearing Dreamin' too. The amount of fucking love. I wish Ron would send me some Ultra. I'm not even trolling. I literally have nothing. 2% voted on Oliver. That is insane. Okay, mods. Could we run a predict? Who wins game 2? Just the same teams, but no Oliver OG. So Acorn, Roz, Booga. No, we're not in this heat chat. We're in heat 2. So we play next week.
I'm pretty sure
Chat, predict is now available. So
no
y'all
idea
can vote
which
now.
next game would be.
Y'all need a
Next
little bit.
second game. No idea. So yeah, hopefully, maybe Booga, maybe Booga, I'm gonna pick Booga. That's my opinion. Maybe Booga, which is the icon skin. Booga is the icon skin. That's my opinion. You know. Maybe Booga. Second game might be second match.
This is an easy GG,
Second
right?
match would be
They don't
Booga.
manage to get the victory royale.
Like I said,
but guys,
Booga.
these guys
I
are
guess
100%
maybe
first
Booga.
place as far as consistency is concerned.
Oh,
You know, I've
maybe
been watching
Acorn.
their streams
Maybe
over
Acorn.
the last few weeks and
Like
through
I
the
said,
play-ins,
Acorn.
and something that Acorn said during one of these games where
Like I said,
in
Acorn.
first moving,
Or
he's like,
Polo.
oh,
Yeah,
everyone
maybe
stays to the
Acorn,
front of zone.
Polo.
We need to change the meta. And I've
Maybe
kinda
Polo
noticed
or
that
Acorn.
when they are on the low ground, they actually kind of stay towards the side, maybe
Apparently,
even the
maybe
middle,
Acorn.
where they allow a lot of these other teams to kind of rotate in front of them, and that's why they're able to get so many eliminations. And not until they're kind of aware where everyone else is on the low ground do they push
Hey,
in that
Alfie,
front
what's up?
zone. So I'm loving these adjustments. I'm loving the
I'm
awareness
streaming,
of
by the
the
way.
time. And that
I'm
obviously
streaming.
comes from
Alfie.
Acorn being one of the
Crazy.
smartest IGLs in all of
Maybe
Fortnite.
Google
And to
just
have them with
called
some dig
me.
on dig crime, of course, Acorn and all
Okay,
of
so
OG.
the second
We know when
game,
the organizations
FNCS
build
match,
against each other, it's a
the
bittersweet
second game
moment,
might
but
be
what a
Booga
great moment that was,
or
Vivid.
might go with Polo
I mean, we're
or
talking about
Acorn.
moments, right? There was a
Maybe
game
Polo
defining
Acorn
moment for the
because
trio. It was definitely the
Blake,
eliminations
Dale,
on today, right? MDF and Jacob.
I might
we
go
talked
say
about it.
Booga,
As
but
soon as we kind
I
of
don't
came
think
into their
Booga's not
POV
to be
at the
there
start of their
on
fight,
the
they were like,
leaderboard.
whoa, these guys are not looking good.
A level,
and then a couple seconds
Blake,
later, boom, they pick up the eliminations. They pick up the refresh.
Acorn,
and they
Polo.
just went ahead with
I might go
that
say
momentum. I mean, 17 total
Blake.
eliminations.
Maybe
pick up that
Blake.
second place.
I'm gonna say
after
Blake.
Our casters are kind of able to kind of
I'm gonna
be
say
like, well,
Blake.
they're not looking so good.
I don't
Turn
know.
it into that kind of a
There's
game.
so much,
Incredible
so
stuff from the
much.
trio.
So
Oh my
much
gosh.
Fortnite
And then, of course,
polls.
on the other side, though, right? You've got Aviv,
So
you got
much.
Jimmy, you got
Like a
Rise.
lot.
They didn't
Yeah.
get 17,
Like
but third
a
place
lot
and
of
12
polls.
eliminations.
That's
Like,
insane.
oh my gosh. I don't know what about this meta is
That's
making like
insane.
these trios just say like we're gonna find every elimination, we're gonna get every single one possible. But you know, it is so exciting to see. And again, like you know, all of
Actually,
these
that's
tiny
insane.
little interactions, eliminating a player, taking their stuff, suddenly an impact, suddenly a new weapon, ammo, materials, whatever it is, like that moment to moment right now is just so unbelievably exciting to me, Kelly.
Yeah, that Sentinel pump in the right hands can just end up with a double-digit elimination, joined by G Money and Rise, who are able to kind of just navigate the low and mid ground so well in that end game, giving Aviv just all of the gas that he
Hey,
needed to go
Alfie.
hard.
Okay.
And, you know, Rise,
Second
they
game,
were
second match,
in that
I'm not
situation,
going-
but
Like
going
when
and
you Booga,
continuing
now
to
she's
thrive
like
in that
spam
situation
calling
where
me, so
you don't
like
really know the
I have to
chaos
do
is going on
something.
around you. How are you going to be able to
what?
survive? Where should you be positioning
I
yourself
stole
in the end game?
her
Well, this duo
Odin
right here
doing her
handled
rarest
that with
thing
just
in
great,
this game.
And kind of checking
And
out
then
those
somehow she
highlights
still
from that
didn't
game
get
right
me.
there.
I
I'm
was
actually
like,
able to notice that
Oh my
it's
God.
kind
I
of
was
the
like,
same time, 7th zone,
no
similar to
Okay,
way.
so
where they look like
my
they were not doing so well
opinion,
either, right? We're kind of 2 minutes
my
early,
opinion,
so
I'm not
early
gonna
on throughout
say
the game, it was like, well,
Booga
we're racking up
got
eliminations
Archon,
very, very
you know,
easy.
got
Can't believe
woke
they
up,
weren't the
What are you
Booga
playing
woke
right
up.
now?
eliminations in
Oh,
the
just
Oh, you're
all things kind of considered,
streaming.
because they
Yeah.
were so down bad in like 7,
Yeah,
6
yeah,
zone.
yeah,
They
yeah,
had
Cause
to
you
be
yeah.
know,
aggressive. It
I
just worked
told
out
you
for
I
them.
just started.
They're trying to hit that
I told you I'd
S rank.
start
They're
streaming
like, all right,
LV.
S rank,
Yeah.
pretty
Remember?
good stuff to me.
Yeah,
I did
I'm
wanna highlight
playing
quickly Fifth
Roblox.
place,
I was
Taki,
just
Isho,
eating,
and
so I
Vert. We
forgot.
kind of talked about them
The
at the start
eat
of the show,
food
right? And to
plus
see them kind of, you know, they
Are we
have
eat?
a really
Are we
good
eat
starting
already?
place, right?
Are
We
we
just need
eat
to keep this
already?
momentum moving forward. We just need to keep doing what we're doing.
Are we
And of
eat
course,
already? Because I did
any mistakes,
play
right? We made a
OG
single
Cup.
slip up, a
OG
single,
Cup.
you know, we get
I got
some bad
98
lobby
points,
type
bro, right?
situation,
Almost like
and so we find
100.
ourselves outside of that
Almost like
top
100
four.
points
This is a great start.
on OG Cup.
Yeah, no, I honestly think with just one game,
I got
there's
98,
still so much
which is like 98.
Isho and Vert in all of our trios, honestly. To
It was
continue
fun.
just
I had
as we
fun.
talked about,
OG Cup.
potentially look
It
at
was
what
the
they
squad.
did
It was the
wrong
squad.
over the last game or last
Nope.
few games
I'm
as we
doing
move
a
throughout the
field
day.
party. Watch
So
party
even though they're in
FNCS
fifth place,
stream.
which is a good
Good,
position
they
to
stream
be
right
in
now
for
on
the group stages,
YouTube and Twitch.
I don't think that they're
I just got a notification they just went
Kind
live
of crazy
like
as well
a
how
few minutes
real
ago.
this, you know, this meta
Alright,
This
is.
start-
It's
this
been
start.
live
Let
for
me
so
go
long.
check it out. Let me
Meds
go
and
check it
mist
out.
that's kind of
Oh,
available
check
to
my
all of
stream.
our players. Makes
Check
it so
out my
much
stream,
more
Alfie.
easy. It just makes
Pat,
placement
Pat,
very, very hard to get as well.
Pat,
Like Booga's trio not
Pat.
finding themselves in the top 10
is the name
on
of
the
the
consistency
satellite.
leaderboard, even though they
What
were
was it?
alive in like
Okay.
11th zone.
Let's see good chat.
Yeah,
Bring
we're
back
currently
the cat.
13th
PP.
place,
Bring
right?
back
So I like that you call
OG
that out. Let's
movement
keep let's
animations.
keep our eyes on that over these next few games. Now,
Okay,
remember,
let me
we
see,
only
go,
have 5, which means we have
Galibo.
4
Let me go
left to
check
go before
Galibo, boy.
we close group number
Let me go
1.
check
So,
Galibo.
we can't skip a beat. Let's get
Galibo.
ready to jump back
Let's
into the
see
action.
Galibo.
MVF, over to you.
Let's see
And yes, I think that we're
Galibo.
seeing the early glimpse of how the new end games are going to start
Yo,
taking
can I
form
tell you
in these
this?
higher tier lobbies.
Right
because
now,
a
that's
lot of
insane.
players
TV.
seem to be able to go
I
the
got
distance
like
now.
That's insane.
Opportunities, the
109?
this form,
Or
right?
10
So many
or,
ways
or
to do it.
9? That's a lot.
throughout the course of that
A
game,
lot
I
of
was even thinking to
points.
myself, man, placement
Oh
points
my
are
gosh,
huge
they-
right now.
they're
There's still
insane.
14 teams
A level
still
O,
up.
Blake,
Some of them's probably solo,
Diego,
some probably
Play,
duos, but it's the misform
Play
that is
E,
truly
FN.
key, and it really goes to show,
A
man,
level
just
O,
heals, 2 med kits,
Blake.
maybe a med miss smoke.
They're
can really change the
insane.
difference between
It's
top
so
14 and
insane.
a top
They
8,
are.
and
They
that's where half
got
of the placement points are at.
It's like
Well,
not
clearly,
200.
Alvaro
It's like a
G is
lot,
never gonna
like
be
a
happy
lot of
now.
points.
They're going straight to the grand
That's
slalom
false.
to the
Oh my
rest
gosh,
now
that's
to try to
insane.
pull in a victory royale. Let's talk about the
Yeah, that
dynamic
bro,
changes
that's
here.
insane.
We're tearing into the
It's
next
crazy
game.
how
If you win,
1,000,
there's a new
1,009,
spot now that's gonna open up here.
1,009.
So we'll see as we jump into
Like
it.
a lot, like 109 or 1009. Wait, that's a lot.
With
Wait,
proven
that's not a
success
lot.
from that drop spot already.
Okay, second
See
game.
if
Second
anybody
match.
is daring enough to
Game
switch
2.
it up.
Here we
That'll
go.
be a victory royale. And I
Game
think most
2.
of the community thought Oliver, Blake, and Diego was going to make it.
Let's
in,
see,
but
Diego
more so
or
on the
I'm
side
gonna
of
say
consistency. And when I have that in the
Booga,
back of my head, if I'm one of those
Booga World
teams
Cup,
that is in a
Booga
contested
World
drop,
Cup
maybe
champion,
I start to
Booga
move
World
my
Cup.
way over there. If not this game,
I'm not gonna say Booga.
I mean, Aiden had
Huh?
early and had high ground
Luke
early.
is
They were the
playing in
first
this
to take
20.
it, invested all their metal and
Yeah,
scaled
I guess
these
so.
themselves.
I need to check
Many players
Libo.
above
Let me
the
go
rest
check
of the teams,
Libo.
but somehow, some way, Oliver OG's team
Let me see,
still managed
Galibo.
to get up to high ground and
Okay,
contest
here we
them and
go.
give
Let me
them
see
a run for their
Galibo.
money.
Which
So
Booga?
it was, I think, really well fought for, right? And earned, honestly.
Yeah, and I thought more teams were probably going for high ground. I think that's
let's
something
see.
we're going to see as the games
Which Booga?
There you go.
continue on. Only so many teams can survive down below.
Um,
At the resistance base, a contested fight that we saw
I don't
early
think
on in
Booga's
game
not on
one.
this list.
Kind of settled in
Galibo
one
list.
direction and already an early
I guess not. Booga.
who won the fight in game
Oh, oh, oh,
and
oh.
back-to-back eliminations as all three go
Someone
down
got
to
someone
zero.
got eliminated.
Quick paying Boogeyman.
Somebody got
Very
eliminated.
well early game.
I don't not no.
Carried that into
If they
mid-game
if they're doing
for
if they still
following
replay,
so
that would be
lessons
cool.
to be
If they
learned.
still
Priscilla
replay.
on Kadios forcing bait.
Because first thing, second day, I just see like somebody got elimination. Somebody got a kill. Someone got a kill. I missed it.
Standoff right now, but Brazil.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And out of bounds essentially there.
Oh, someone got someone got knocked out.
And your team's kind of
Got eliminated. Okay.
That was just a small misplay, right?
Kane leggy.
Yeah.
King like let
I feel like
Latin.
you can hear the team
Oh,
comms
King
widely
Latin.
on that
King.
side. We know it's a split drop, especially after game 1. But Violent going through the same thing over at Lone Wolf. They know it's contested.
Yo,
but it's
Obi, are you watching? Are you watching my stream?
But it's only going to be a knock. 2v2
I'm
still
playing
going down.
Roblox.
Larson trying to steal some of these pieces of
Really? Why are you playing Roblox? Give me a field party. Really? Seriously? Seriously? You're playing Roblox?
Hold on, I'm playing Kill right now.
Oh my gosh.
Give me a couple seconds. Give me a couple seconds.
Okay.
One.
TK
Two.
was able to escape, but another third party.
Alright, let me close.
Yeah, but you can't miss those tags.
That tab now.
What
Don't
the
have
heck?
to watching the official podcast. Official
What
podcast.
happens, it seems like.
There we go.
They're looking
All
at
that
it.
FNCS pickaxe good gold one. That's good gold FNCS pickaxe. The 1.0. Oh, that's real.
Man, quick
Oh my god, they're using
momentum they built
FNCS
out of
pickaxe
game
good
one now.
gold. Like a silver one.
That's
That's not a 2.0. That's 1.0 version. Version 1 FNCS pickaxe. That's real, bro. That's super real.
Man, interesting to see because
The gold FNCS pickaxe, that's real.
Originally planning on going towards
No
first quarter
choke.
base,
That's
so we really
real.
made a quick rotation monster as they switch things
That's
up,
so
which is working
real,
out for them.
RV.
BJ Baloney
The gold,
Like,
the gold
literally
pickaxe.
where?
The gold FNCS pickaxe. I saw they use one good team. They're using FNCS pickaxe 1.0. 1.0. The first version. Like a 2.0. You know.
Interesting about
The
this, right,
OG,
is,
the
the
OG
first game he
FNCS
was
pickaxe.
able to tell
The
very
OG.
clearly the teams were deciding.
Is that
maybe
gold?
it's not
You know
worth
the gold,
finishing. This
Ovi?
time, no. Much different story. They're pushing it through.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what I
end.
talk about. The
And you
gold
have
one,
Biggie
the
Man
gold
sneaking up right
pickaxe.
now. So for one team wipe,
They're
looking to
crouching.
get
Wow.
into the
Okay,
next
they
one.
capping.
They've
Okay,
earned
they
the shots.
crouching.
They see what's going on here. But it seems like the team
They
are
did
already
say
hunting down the
crouch.
one solo left, and
Okay, that's
don't even
that's
know
so
what's going
smart.
on
That's
right now.
smart as a team.
3, 2, 1 here, Jacob.
But if I could play a tournament, or if I could do a tournament,
A lot of strategy.
if I made a team Leo,
teams that we saw,
any
all
like
kinda
Fortnite
changing up.
tournaments,
Because in game 1, they
Fortnite
won the
Cups,
off-spawn bite, they
any
limited
Fortnite
resistance
tournaments,
space, the zone was
go and
relatively
crouch,
close,
and then,
they played the rest of the game at normal.
you know,
They probably saw something throughout that course
Camp
of game
Dale,
1.
you know?
Contested fight going on
Just Camp
over
Dale.
towards their west, and they're looking to try to take
That's gonna
advantage
be
of it,
good.
but nobody's
That's
really
gonna be
taking
good.
that direction. I feel like
That's gonna be
Big Man, Quick and Pay,
camping.
they just gotta continue
Because
on the rest of the
everybody's
game, just
camping.
like they
Wow,
did
that's
in
great.
phase 1.
Everyone's camping. Everyone's camping.
Lurking right here. Oh, the missed shot. Can't miss those
Oh.
tags right there.
Oh my
That
gosh.
ambush
They're just
fully down.
camping.
I
Like
leave
they're
it
just
popping.
crouch. They're walking
Sunday
crouch,
gets away,
sneaky,
Power
to
FF
try
already has the high
to
ground. They're
sneak.
looking backwards now.
They try sneaky.
Hyperson,
That would be cool.
dog.
That would be
Pick this one
cool
up
when
right
I
now.
play tournaments and again. Like I'm back to
This
play
opportunity
cups
is
again,
big time right
more
here.
tournaments again.
We'll come back around.
I'm looking forward. I'm going
Damage
to do
later as the surge turns up.
crouch,
We'll see
like
if we
crouch
find
and
it
then
below.
shoot.
You know why?
They said I'm doing
Visually
watch
on the
party
Madden
with
note,
that.
up for that mid-game
Huh?
fault that they had last
I
time.
actually think that I'm doing watch party with Batman.
Oh really?
It almost seems like it could
Yeah.
be a similar zone.
You're on YouTube or Twitch right now? What are you watching right now?
I'm on YouTube.
I'm sure you're on YouTube as well. I know Ruth always tune in my streams. Once in a while, you know, I haven't played Rec Room. Speak of Rec Room, I haven't played Rec Room so long. I will miss Rec Room.
For some time, two knaves to actually heal up without the thought of anybody trying to pressure.
Hi, Avi. I see you in the chat. I see you. I see you in the chat, Avi.
This is such an isolated fight.
Hey, Avi.
It's kind of pushing in from Shogun.
Okay, here we go.
Just past Candid's Crossing at the peak
Oh,
of this
okay.
top where you have a launch pad as well. So there's
Trio
not going
versus
to be
trio.
Any third parties rushing in to try
Okay,
to take
trio
this
versus
position or
trio.
steal this fight away. At the worst,
Okay.
maybe somebody looking off into the distance. That's going
Here we go. Here we go.
A lot of flexibility for both of these teams
It's trio
to
versus
try to
trio.
disengage
Okay,
off
trio
this
versus
mountain and
trio.
rotate into the zone.
Funnily enough, though, both teams thinking the same exact thing. Like,
Oh?
just kind of give it up.
He's
Look, Brazil's
peeking,
gonna mod. They
seeing
still
what
think
he
the
can
trio's up
do.
top, but
Nothing that he
kind of
can do
already
like
gone.
that.
Okay, here we go.
Back to the crime city. Though.
Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish skin.
Probably
Billie
not finding
Billie
tags off
Eilish
that surge
skin.
base. Now they're saying, hey,
This is not a good
Brazil
tournament,
team that was
honestly.
in this
Click
city
skin,
with
of
us
course.
turned back
They're
and
working
now
on. They're using
Hyper's
click
gonna
skin, of
fall
course.
here
Of course, click skin.
Whole entire
Wow.
plan starting to crumble.
Well, still there are a lot of people
Okay, he has a
using
chance, though,
superhero
to kinda
skins.
turn this back around,
Backlash,
turn this into
Turba.
2v2.
That's only 2 popular sweat skins, you know?
It's gonna
There's
come.
2 popular sweat skins, by the way.
It looks like he was going to try to hide, play hero. When
I
his
just
teammate
realized
did
they're
go
all
down,
like
him getting
superhero
that-
skins. Of
that
course,
knock kinda changed up
most
the
of them
entire course
using
of this
sweat
fight.
skins.
Now Blue and Power are looking at how are we going to save
Yeah,
Zaga? How
cannot
are we
talk.
gonna keep him into the game? Focake with another
Can you hear
angle.
me over
He
here on
only has
stream?
the DMR,
Can you hear
so
me
there's not
on
a
my
lot of
stream?
pressure Focake can put down single-handedly.
Oh, but Lucky Dog's here, but no shots from the distance. They're gonna kill every opportunity they
Hold on, let
had.
me check the auto.
Trying to turn this around, and Power gets a shield crack, and Lucky doesn't put the builds down. Oh no! And then the team in the distance snipes one of them as well.
Fortunate circumstances going down. This is the problem we talk about, especially one of those contested POIs. The third parties coming in from Predator's Peak, Luke, Phoenix, and Pandas.
Okay.
They're able to get the elimination over towards
I just
the
checked.
resistance
I
base,
just.
and this is a team.
I can
that
hear
didn't
the
even
demo.
land
I
here
can hear the auto.
initially. They went back
Well,
towards the
not the
resistance
demo
base,
auto.
trying to get whatever loot is left on over, and they ended up landing against the team of Quick Pay One Piece. They get the elimination, and now they basically double up their loot.
Stood around longer than they should have. Look at that. Clean finish off the pay. Right into the box. Fearless for Venox.
Alright, then here we go.
Boogeyman and Pay. They had the trio elimination,
It's-
and then they were trying to
It's delay or
capture
not
the
delay?
other team off
Or
guard in
not
this
behind? I don't think it's not
irony.
behind.
attacks here.
I don't
as
know
they
if
end up being the team
the streamer
pushed on.
is behind for me. I guess not. It's fine.
Back to the game plan as usual. Just gonna take a quick.
That's why you're not
There's too many
verified on
teams
YouTube.
contesting that island, so it's gonna
Huh?
be uncontested Agers, Acorn, and Pollo yet again.
What would you say,
Following the
Bruce?
same blueprint.
Nothing.
Game number one. They weren't
Okay.
able to get the win, but 17 eliminations.
I haven't played
lost. So
Raccoon so
another
long.
game like
It's been
that,
a
they
long
might
time
have
I haven't played
top
Raccoon.
5 locked and loaded, ready
My
to go.
drawing sucks.
Still gotta play it out.
Huh?
Other side of the map.
Drawing
We're seeing a
sucks.
fall from Grace or an
Ho-
attempt.
what?
Just trying to chop down
Really?
the high
Drawing
ground.
sucks.
So that becomes an easier battle for them. They think they can take.
And record.
That is second.
I still play
Text.
Roblox. I still
He's in
play
Mafia right now.
Roblox.
Great shield crack here on the bait.
I still play
This team's
Roblox,
gotta be
Bruce.
cut off in the second layer too, but Mafia falls.
You don't I know if you already know. I still
Of Mun
play
Kyle. That's on the other side of the
Roblox.
wall.
I still have
Bait
Roblox.
goes. There it is, the exchange. Hades gets the follow-up, and there's the full finish. They're going to have to play for the save here shortly, but there's another team lurking nearby. Pressure's on now to perform here.
Please, Monster, you correct me. Anybody in chat that's watching, correct. Is this the most fighting we've seen in a group stage ever to start a tournament off? From game 1 to game 2, it just feels like they're just endless. Teeks, Hades, they're the last alive. Mafia's not there. I bet you they got their reboot card, but they need to figure out a way to disengage. And it just got even harder because there's another third-party team moving in to try to close
Oh
the
my gosh,
distance. Teeks
got
does
sniped.
go down, so it's all going to be up
That's
to
just
his
great
teammate, the last
scope.
alive on their
That's a
team,
great
trying to
scope.
get these cards and reboot them back into the game.
That's a great
Yeah, look,
scope,
it
in
could
my
be,
opinion.
attributed to the
That's a
lack
great
of cash
scope.
cups this season, right? Like we said, not too many set lobby chances to really get it in. So what you're
Yes,
seeing
Riz.
could just be the raw,
This
unfiltered
was
take
the
at
admin
these games.
decent
Teams seem to be
and
getting
go
caught
garden.
completely off guard left and right.
Oh my gosh.
Inside of the
Today,
scores here.
not today, but yesterday.
And then so many ways to
Oh,
push,
really?
right? You got all these
Yeah.
dashes, misforms. And it
Oh.
just seems like confidence at all-time high.
My Jed Dill.
Then you add in stuff like
Oh.
this, the Med Miss Smoke, where it's kind of your entire team can carry a stack of 2 and make sure everybody stays alive for so long. Gray is trying to escape, but he
It's like
knows it's
better
eventually
not,
going to be over if he doesn't find himself with
that-
elimination. He did his best, but he's going to fall short of the marker. Luckily for him, though,
Did not miss it again.
just leaving
Oh,
the
wait,
minimap
never
on the
mind,
Easter
yeah.
edge. You see Core just trying to escape. There is a launch pad
Sweet.
there. There's a lot of different
Like
mobility in
those.
the game that we were talking about. So hopefully for him, he has some HP to regain, whether it's med kits, Chug Chug, or Med Miss Smoke, to try to get his team
Why?
back in the game.
It's just. It's a routine.
Well, nicely played for them.
Really?
Jumping back to
Yeah.
some of the big boys
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
lobby. The vets here, Booga, Brazen Threats, falling short last game in that end game. Again, 13th place with how
Alright.
much time alive they attributed to that round really shows the difference, the significance of misform, med miss, and all the other, mobility items that you have available and at your disposal here. Now we're getting to see how the misform can be used for the W key as
Okay, here
Escher
we go.
and Taki get a knock and immediately collapse in. Looking to burn that first misform there. Absolutely worth it. They secure the loot here. This is at the center of the Shining Span now.
This could be good control for them too, depending on where the zone continues to move. There's no outskirts, there's no edge of zone currently here at Shining Span. We have seen in Majors Pass 1 and 2, zones go over towards Shining Span, and whoever's the one that's brave enough to kind of claim the top of that bridge usually ends up performing well, as Woods just kind of get 3-2-1 by the entire trio. He's
Okay,
gonna fall. They immediately
Wow,
use that
this is
misform to
insane.
close the distance.
No one missed the shot
This
there.
match,
He fell
or this
before he
game
could
is
even
insane.
react.
This match is going to be insane.
Good punish, and then you see them passing around the medallion like a hot potato. You get shield, and that's how a team like this,
Okay, here we
over
go.
towards Demon's domain, is able to kind of make it far into the game. They're not forced to use a lot of their resources, so that way the minis, they're able to keep them longer and longer in towards the end game, where they make more of an impact, especially if you're taking damage, pressured from all around. Just outside Lone Wolf lair, Turbulence, Amen, Lucky T, they're able to survive using every single resource at their disposal just in order to just get that revive. They do have the med miss smoke, but now is where they got to start thinking. The zone is pulling so far away of where they're currently at, all the way towards the eastern edge. They have to make that a focal point from here on out.
Good use of this surf cube here. I mean, you get a lot of distance out of this. Lucky's gonna go ahead and looks like he's seemingly getting back to some old loot there, but catch up with them in a second. As again, got to get to the safety first. Garg, Havoc, and Silic by the Kappa Kappa factory. See that stat right there. Silic and Jargu both played their first FNCS finals last season, placing 21st. Let's see how much they've managed to learn in their in-game high-tier lobbies.
So those edge fights right now just out of Demon's domain. Two teams currently battling out, 3v3. Electro and his trio versus Jackson and his trio, but there's a whole nother one coming out of Demon's domain and a solo player just towards the east. So the longer this fight goes, the harder it's going to be because they're using so much material, which you could already see they don't have a lot of. 3 points so far, that coming from eliminations in game number 1. That puts a lot of pressure on them to survive. So that way they don't have those mental kind of roadblocks throughout the rest of this tournament.
Both sides kind of poising up, just looking for an opportunity, but this low fire rate rifles here not really giving them that quick advantage they're looking for. Jack's got to be careful though, losing the walls there.
I would say they kind of got blessed there in a moment. Zone didn't pull too far away, so they don't have too much distance to cover after this one's over, but they're just kind of getting the maps burnt away, trying to create some extra space. That's Jackson on that side. Smoss, Electro, Doug King Beast, they're just trying to hold their position here. They're feeling confident playing their game. They haven't moved too far away from where the fight actually started. That way they can run in and out of their builds if things get tough.
Yeah, Beast not happy with them kind of claiming that extra territory to play with. You can see him inching his way in now.
And the
Might just be a matter of time before the surge goes and gives the update to the lobby. They don't know what they need to do at that moment. G-Money rising up. Beam, though, on the move right now. At the center of the next zone here. Got themselves a little bit of a position. Max material as well. Here's that warning we talked about, but no damage problems for this trio.
Looking back, that's kind of where their two trios were fighting back there. One trio is going to be above, more towards the eastern edge. Smoss, Beast, and Electro.
Allow that.
And not out of zone just yet, but they're holding on to the high ground. That way, when that team rotates on out, they can try to get damage, but they became hunted by a whole nother team, and they find themselves 200 plus below that damage threshold. And now they're feeling the pressure. They're feeling the timing on their back that they have to start to react here, because every 5-7 seconds, 25 damage when Storm Surge activates, and you don't want to just blow through all of your heals this early in the game.
Acorn and Boyo not content with that low ground push they try to make onto Icy's trio there. seems like too many other teams are starting to set up all around them. Gonna have to give that one up here. Zone's gonna pull past Utopia now. Meanwhile, Smaz, I mean, the surge is gonna turn on here. They're below. We saw them kind of in that standoff. I think they were trying to feel out their damage, but you could see it. They did not have enough. Cinnamon gets collapsed on. The aggression is real, but Beast falls first. Smaz there to back it up. Jax, Brazil, and Cine just hitting the shots that matter most.
Team is still active. Surge. Smaz goes down to power, which is a whole nother team. Both teams above the damage threshold, over 600. And a far zone pull going over towards Utopia. Maybe even further. I hinted at Shining Span being a possibility, Monster. I didn't think it would actually go all the way over there. So I think about the teams that were already on that side of the map. Taki, Ishao, Vert, Bugha, Crazed, Threats that lands towards Utopia. So if you were kind of here and hedged your bets, you got to be one of the most better positioned teams in the game so far.
Oh, most definitely. And then look at that body of water, right? This is going to play a lot of dynamic in this end game here. It's going to start to influence these teams to start piling up on these outskirts here. It's really going to cause strong funnels. No threats, though. What happened here? Just crazing Bugha up right now. They're trying to keep a low profile, though. Notice they're kind of below this indestructible you know, cliff edge right there, keeping the tree up from the other trio, so they really don't want to attract attention right now. Seems like Bugha and Crazer are trying to play for endgame here. Almost strictly consistency. Acorn, Boyo, and Agers doing somewhat similar, but they've got themselves their eyes on the prize for other teams. Look at this. They fall from below the surge now. They were 400 above just in the last zone. Bugha gets tagged there. This might be the signal to kick this off. You know, there was only 2 teams, and here comes the chase.
Because of that medallion, they know exactly who's pushing them right now. 3v2 situation. Poyo feeling more and more confident, but now Storm Surge is active. Around every 7 seconds, 25 damage will tick onto these players, and the kicker on top of that monster, they don't go down. You get straight eliminated by Storm Surge if it activates.
But you see how good the misform is right there. Allowing Bugha and Craze to actually escape and now rotate straight to the next zone there. Narrowly getting away from Agers, Acorn, and Boyo, who are desperate here and now. You wouldn't expect a team this good to be under the surge here for game 2, but they have plenty of room to play with Acorn on the lead here, looking to kind of cut them off. Agers trying to back him up, but no, gets tagged in return there. Comes the misform. Acorn falls there, getting greedy for the damage. And still, even with all that, they're still underneath.
Pass around the medallion. Good play by Poyo to drop down the Medma smoke to keep Agers alive a little bit longer, but Storm Surge is just eating them alive. 33 below the damage threshold. Even though they've isolated this fight against that team that is going to be right below them, it has not gotten easier any step of the way through. 1 damage still below the threshold, and for now, Storm Surge will deactivate, but they got about 40 seconds to get above that threshold.
Nice. Boyo finding a knock right there. That's
Dude, I
huge.
look like that.
That should be enough. He needs to get this finish too. And a 149. What a crack right there. Really showing you guys why Boyo is that guy. Hold up though. He's not done. There's the finish he's looking for. Okay, so they're right back in it like they never left here. Hold up. He countered and it comes through. No. Caught off guard there. Boyo falls. Storm's doing way too much damage. Agers actually has to leave him behind. Jacob,
Okay, we
this all
have
goes
been
downhill.
here for a while.
So real tough situation to be in, especially since Poyo not only had
still working out my
medallion,
own
but he had a
puzzle.
bunch of HP heals as well, med kits.
Yeah.
The med miss smoke, that was exactly what they needed, and the materials on top. You see it how low on resources overall Agers is. Couple of empty slots and less than 20 builds overall. You're seeing the struggles around the lobby. Taki, Ishao, Vert, much better position. They've been proactive throughout the course of this game, rotating south from their actual drop spot just to be first to every single one of these rotations. Seeing a replay of how they're getting all of that loot and more. They're able to get Vnox into the box. They clean that one up with ease before they go right back on to pushing out. Switch on over
What
to
a
V,
play.
G-Money, and Rise. Yeah, that was good.
I mean, just back and forth right now. We're really seeing the action pick up here for game number 2. Look at this. Another update. Agers finding minis. Who knows where, but he's got something to work with right now. Couple seconds left in the misform here. That's going to be the difference in him actually earning some extra placement point here.
Sneaking around, finally gets spotted out. He has no build, so he can't even really protect himself, so he sets his eyes in the sky. You hear the birds going around, and that's where in the back of his mind, are they chasing me? Are they not? It does look like Booga and Craze continue rotating straight forward in towards the zone. They don't want to take too many risks, considering they already lost threats earlier into this game, but they still are able to take down Agers.
Full circle moment there for Booga. He's the one who finds the tag onto Agers there. Misform to go in and rotate out. More pressure coming through, and even with no threats in the lobby, pulling through here and now. But if VG Money and Rise are on the hunt right now, they find Craze. They wrap it up so fast there, and Booga can't misform out this time. He's gonna have to fight for this one. Doesn't escape fast enough. Just like that, G Money, Rise, and Aviv get their hands on their first misform. Very big pickup here.
Yeah, misform truly is going to be a difference maker, especially in the right hands. But for now, Crackley, Mikey, Rao, they're on the high ground. But we can see Night Zone already from game one just be a little bit too early for any team to feel safe, especially with the different mobility items in the game that can kind of steal it away in the blink of an eye. As Vert, Taki, Isha rotating towards the left side of the zone. They don't want to be on that ultimate low ground just yet. They know it's too chaotic down there with so many teams wreaking havoc.
Yeah, if you're Crackley's team who's holding high ground, you gotta start pressuring these mid-ground layers. Otherwise, G Money Rise will have a chance to take for high ground. But look at this. As I start talking about what is the next textbook play, Ral FN seems like they get collapsed on by Taki, Ishu, and Vert. You blink and you missed it. Now they are in control of things here, and they're really starting to push through. Look at the big find here. Vert with the recap. Now max material. My gosh. They have everything they need to win this one here. Aiden, Hound, and Cerulean, though, thinking about that last game and what went wrong this time. They say, no, we're going to play low grounds and mids. No need for height too soon here.
You're going to find a new misform. That's basically 4 extra charges. A lifeline there in the back pocket as a just in case. As Vert, Ishao, Taki, they got the high ground, have not looked back. They continue to pressure every single team down below them. Does not want to let second height even think they have a chance, forcing them to burn through their match as G-Money, Rise, and Aviv continue to dominate the low ground. 3rd elimination so far. They're trying to have that calm, cool, collected demeanor to make their way through the rest of this game.
20 players up here, 11 duos or trios, teams kind of mixed in this end game right now, and really showing you how much players are able to go the distance right now. One thing's for certain though, high ground is big at chilling, and this is what happens when you get zone. They have so much mats to play with. Seems like just favoritism kicking in for them, but Broken Void and King find another knock here, but no, lose a teammate in the process. The lobby's starting to look back towards them, and he tries to get a little bit of his teammates loot, but no chances, no time for it. And just like that, they're done and out. Aviv, G Money, and Rise starting to look good for them. Aiden and Hound as a duo, playing very well here. There's the finish onto Liam. Misform here, still has a lot of options to play with.
Fortunate enough, those weren't his actual eliminations, so no sight for him to keep him alive. Blue's already down. Zonda and Power trying to smoothly move through the low ground, but Power gets caught out at the tail end. Now Zonda can be left by himself. A battle versus Day on the other side, and the tables have turned from being aggressed on to trying to run away, but he's still going to go down. A bunch of these teams that we just saw in full getting torn apart, stuck as duos, stuck as solos, but in the clouds right now. Taki, Isha, and Vert, they have not been challenged. The Shining Span Bridge has been a huge thorn in every player on the low ground side.
Yeah, G-Money and Rise and Aviv playing very well low and mid-ground here. However, starting to run a little thin on the material counts. They're going to all drop back into the storm here. Okay, very interesting play right now. Popping Chug Jugs as a trio, then probably looking to misform, retake the high ground team.
That's a way to be because I don't have BOIs.
Very interesting
So
here.
they have dark brown.
2 full trios and a duo, most of them crashing down below onto that low ground. Down goes Rise. Aviv is getting a little bit of redemption as he runs into 20 there. Great shot can be fired off as 20 goes down as well. That's going to be a wipe onto that trio, but you can see up above, they've just been waiting for this. They let them fight. They used it as a distraction. Now Taki, Vert, Icho are in full control.
They were just too patient, taking their time, recognizing that they shouldn't jump the gun too soon, and this is a win waiting for them to claim right here. A couple of mats, though, are left. Mistform goes on up. Vert has to get contested here. It's all going to come down to this smart fight for G Money to take, but Vert finds the tag to win the game.
That is a big game for them. The zone pulled over towards Shining Span early on. That's where they picked up some of the first eliminations of the game, and they set up shop from zone to zone from there on out. Monster, they didn't even waste their time going for high ground in the 8th zone, not even in the 9th, but it was the 10th zone. They timed it perfectly, knowing that team up there was wasting all of their resources.
Storybook finish for them. You know, you just can't emphasize the importance of that critical elimination at the Shining Span, giving them an abundance of material to play with, and then the zone pulling that way. It just doesn't get better. Get it from their perspective. I mean, it just looked like easy walk for them in the park here. And really, you got to give them a lot of credit. They played smart, slow, and steady, because you saw Aviv and Rise trying to time the retake, but Ishu, Taki, and Vert played the smart and had a lot of high ground there, giving them that distance.
And this is where G Money tried to contest, but it was too little, too late. 17th finals for Vert, for Taki and Ishao. This is going to be their second appearance in the Major 3 Grand Finals. Zeke, Kelly, Vivid, what do you guys think of all that action?
Guys, they treated this like a grand finals endgame, right? That's that sweet spot you want to be in, when there's all this kind of chaos happening on the different layers, people changing, jumping, dashing all over your screen. Being able to find that calm in the storm and really zone in and just play your game has led them to now, from game 1, right? They were 5th place going into that game, right? We were kind of talking about them before we went to that break, like, oh man, maybe, you know, like, though they're on the edge, like maybe they just got to kind of keep going. Nah, they just turned around and said, hey, look, Victory Royale, let's just treat this like a grand finals lobby. Let's do what we need to do. And they come out with a win.
I mean, it was exactly what Jacob was talking about, where they saw the high ground around zone 9, right? Actually, what we're watching right now, and just saw just kind of how shambles high ground was. No one was really claiming it for their own. So they were able to take that high ground just a little bit late, and not just take high ground, but also take it at a very low zone, I should say, where they had a lot of opportunity to kind of get eliminations towards the mid ground, grab those refreshes, and then be able to hold high ground for the rest of the game. And then they kind of just waited for the rest of the lobby to get those eliminations. I know that a lot of people say high ground wins games, low ground wins tournaments, but for, you know, the group stages, they don't need to worry about winning a tournament. They just need to worry about winning the game.
And I feel like everything Kelly just said right there could be, you know, you could put more emphasis on that, simply, you know, being the fact that it's like, oh wow, they took high ground early on, right? And we've seen some teams kind of fail to do that earlier on, because it's just hard to maintain the materials kind of needed to do that. But again, we're talking about a team here that just made it to their second FNCS finals, right? 2 of the players on this trio. That type of win that we just saw is something that we kind of expect out of like one of our more experienced teams, right? Like maybe like Acorn's trio would have won a game like that, right? Especially early on in the game, in the day, game number 2. So this trio, the story seems almost too good to be true sometimes, making it to their first FNCS final last major, following that up with a game like that to make it into the finals again. They look good.
You know, I've written a script or 2, not a big deal. Anyway, let's go to a break. When we come back, only 3 games left to go before group 1 closes, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss any of the action.
Fucking run another giveaway. Only 600.
Okay, my apologies. Because they're still on the drop map here, but they're not here. So I looked at this Liam because I was like, they've moved, but they're still, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry, Chad. The Alzheimer's is hidden. What can I say? Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. I used the Prime sub. I saw. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Any chance Booga doesn't qual today? I mean, I would have told you, well, EU's a lot harder, but no, yeah, if Booga doesn't qual today, I'll be extremely shocked, man. That trio is solid.
The State Farm Gamerhood is back. And
as well. We're looking at, you know, Aviv and company. Talk to me about this last game. What might have gone well, maybe bad? You know, what do you guys think?
I think that it wasn't necessarily bad for this trio. I think that they actually had a pretty good run through the mid game, or the end game there, staying on the mid ground. They do a really good job with this. They aren't like the other trios where they kind of stick to the ultimate low, especially when you're going over water. It's so risky to stay on that low ground, so they stuck to the mid ground. They were able to kind of get these little picks and eliminations here and there, but truly for me, it was the preparation that they had for the end game. They understood that they didn't have that many mats, so they need to make sure that they had a ton of heals for the end game, and that's what allowed them to survive close to the very end.
Yeah, I mean, how different are games 1 and 2 for this trio, right? Game 1, they were shambles, had low mats, 7 zone, had to keep playing aggressive, which led to so many eliminations for them in that game. And then we kind of tuned in with them this game, and right, going like 9 zone, they had 0 eliminations and plenty of mats. So played it completely differently throughout the middle game, worked out perfectly. For sure, the most consistent trio right now.
Okay, I like it. And of course, because of that, remember, so if you look at those top points, right, 1,000 to 150, that just means it qualified, right? So right now, as we stand, Aviv, G-Money, Rise, they're technically in like first place, right? Currently looking really good. We wanted to highlight as well 7th place, Aiden, Carillion, and Hound in that last game, doing again kind of the difference from game 1 to versus like game 2. These trios just really coming alive, right? Like, I don't know if it's that pressure. Maybe it's just like first game jitters, or like, who knows? Maybe going into first game, just like, let's just see what kind of happens. But game, 2 for this trio, very, very strong showing.
Yeah, especially with just kind of how weird that end game was. I do appreciate the fact that they were able to play it so well. And one of the there's only 2 players out of this trio that have actually made it into an FNCS Grand between Aiden and Hound. Carillion is one of the more green players that we have. So seeing him being able to kind of keep up with the rest of the players, although he did go down a little early, is definitely a great showing for the potential that he has going on into the future.
Yeah, also a way for them to kind of show off, hey, listen, first game, we were going for the high ground, didn't necessarily work out. Let's completely flip the script in that regard and go for the low ground right now. Of course, sometimes when you are forced into a duo situation to try to clutch up, you do kind of force yourself down, right, to kind of sneak about. But yeah, speaking about trios kind of going down and force themselves into peculiar situations, Agers, Acorn, and Pollo kind of going down extremely early that game. But I do gotta go ahead and say, Zeke, that the fact that they went down early in game number 2 and effectively got almost 0 points, they had a couple eliminations, they're still in second place on that consistency leaderboard, right? It's just like one game. Game 1 was so good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, they could kind of have this weird game where we're against Surge and we're like just making plays, and you have games 1 where they give 17 elims in a second place. Like, I don't know what's going on, but who knows? Maybe they'll just say, all right, Zeke, we're just messing with you. We'll get a victory royale. We'll see. Game 3 is ready for us. So casters, take it away.
Yeah, don't let those points confuse you, right?
66, mere difference is just a couple of eliminations. Staying alive from top 17 to top 12 could really play a pivotal role throughout game number 5 as we close out the day. But this is the halfway point, game 3, and so hopefully a lot of these teams really start to make these moments count.
Gotta make the moments count. Gotta make every single game burn you as much as possible, but hopefully pull that victory royale through. Again, and we talk about when you win the round, new draw spots open up, right? Teams get pushed out of the lobby, so there's less to worry about, which means you have more flexibility. If something isn't working, maybe you can kind of adjust your strategy. Jump into the Flooded Frogs, though. King, Void, and Broken in that same standoff as before. This time, it seems like Priscilla learning from the game 2 error there, sticking with the team now, opting to go ahead and play the opposite side and then kind of swing around, possibly rotate a little bit earlier here. Give themselves a true chance for game number 3.
Yeah, it's just the unfortunate thing is just kind of see the loadouts on one side from the other. Bunch of Sentinel pumps for Void, Broken, and King for the most part. Down below, it just kind of seems like a bunch of SMGs, ARs, kill switch revolvers. So it's not necessarily the best loadout from that split drop. But the biggest thing that they do have on their side is
this
the
could be
amount
fun.
of shields that they
Fun
do
night.
have,
I love
from
Fun
minis
Night.
to bigs, all of them effective 200 shield and HP.
Big moment right here, big opportunity. This is essentially the point in the tournament where you can still turn things around. After this, becomes an uphill battle and really puts all the stress on pulling through with the victory royale. If you're a team like King, Boyd, and Broken, though, you've earned so many points. You just want to kind of coast to the end of the tournament at this point. Lucky Turbulence and Amen have to find something big here and now, but Lucky T gets crushed right there with the big tag. Baloney, BJ, and 919 finds himself for the first time in the early game kind of on the back foot here. Again, this is a fight we've seen now for the last 3 games, and it seems like the team to the north, is that paid for team potentially coming down pretty quickly? Yes, it is in their team. Last time they missed the chance to get the ambush. This time they're coming even sooner.
Yeah, they know they just can't let these damage opportunities, even if they don't get the eliminations, pass them. As Lucky T's able to get the drop on a 919. That's a quick elimination there. Just trying to wait, make sure his teammates are good before it all gets cleaned up as they pounce on the other 2 players that are going to be left alive. No big eliminations just yet. Here comes Pay Quick and Boogeyman. They closed the distance in the blink of an eye, and now they have the high ground, which is a huge advantage in these types of fights.
A smart play here. Pay's gonna go in the build. It's a little risky for him, but gets the cutoff opportunity here onto Lucky. Now looking for the sandwich. Pay playing the side angles here. Kind of the lurking opponent of this team here. Boogeyman though gets the first full hit there. Amin tries to go around, not good. Boxed up, sent back, and then Lucky, where are you going, buddy? It's over for him as well. As fast as it started, that fight concludes. To the south, though, TK's team seems to be hearing what's going off in the distance, possibly thinking about swinging on up. Meanwhile, Panda, Venox, and Luke come in with the Fluttered Frogs, sticking to their strategy of coming through for fights, but this is the first time there's 6 players up still here. This fight never concluded.
Because the sewer tunnels underneath, it's not going to be easy for anybody to really get too much of an advantage in some of these fights, especially if they continue to drop down below, but I might have spoke too soon. Does look like Priscilla does get locked. That's Ian, gets cleaned up by Luke. They move on over to try to get the rest, but all 3 of them back into the same box. Mafia, Shades, they're there as well. Their full trio is waiting on the other side of these builds, waiting to pounce.
Yeah, Mafia thinks he's not, you know, spotted out there, but no, this team has full awareness. Mafia might be the first to fall. He definitely is. Tex and Hades now has to turn this one around. Nice cone up, but Luke slips out the box with a dash. Well timed for him. Meanwhile, on the low ground, Hades back against the wall, looking for Panda Season. Doing a great job here of fending off the team so far. They seem to be the better fighters, but counted out too soon here.
It's actually perfect usage by the dash right there. He got his P stolen away. He's able to dash, dodge the shot, stay alive a little bit longer. And this was a good opportunity for Teeks and Hayes. Even though they did lose their teammate Mafia, you have to know that there was so much damage there for them to clean it up. And that's why I liked how aggressive they were actually getting. But just a couple of seconds, that's all it took. They all kind of converged into the same box to make sure that they could heal up while a couple of them hold the pressure out. So that one's going to be a full disengage as Focate goes down. Hypers and Luck and Dog, they're still going to be left up. They're going for a straight revive play to try to save their teammates. But look at Monster, their material count, they are very, very low on resources.
This is bad. This is just bad news here. Trying to stick the res. I can appreciate that, but Liam gets in there. Why not get the re-knock for good measure? Siphon kicks in there. That's going to keep him more than adequately healthy here. And you know what? They're happy with the 1 knock. Somehow, the team slips away, though.
Uh-oh. Doesn't want to let him go away for too long. That's Focake. Trying to survive, popping the minis. He knows the fight is going to be inevitable, so instead of trying to...
Alright guys, I'm going to end my stream right now. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and yeah. Yeah, see you. I'm going to catch you on the next one. So yeah.